Americans just marked Independence Day, yet because of all the crises unleashed by the Biden administration, most Americans aren't really in a patriotic mood. Joining me now to discuss this and other news in our country, reporter of the Daily Caller and Newsmax contributor Chrissy Clark. Also with us, President of Citizens United, David Bossie. Gentlemen, lady and gentlemen, welcome. Chrissy, let's dive in with you first. A recent Gallup poll showing that overall, only 38% of U.S. adults say they're extremely proud to be Americans. And this is the lowest level since Gallup started asking this question back in 2001. Joe Biden is now underwater in 48 of the 50 states in his approval rating. Chrissy, you know, those stickers that are showing up all over the gas pumps saying, you know, Biden saying, I did that to the high gas prices. We could put that sticker on a whole mess of garbage going wrong in the United States because of this left-wing administration, right?
Absolutely. My fear when I see that poll is not of Republicans or even of Democrats who, let's face it, they're never going to change their mind. My fear there is with the independents and hoping that the independents feel more patriotic as some of these problems hopefully go away under a new administration or after the midterms, because those numbers are incredibly depressing. As we see independents pull away from the Democratic Party, that doesn't necessarily mean they're coming over to the Republican Party. Instead, what's happening is many of them are being disaffected to the AOCs of the world. And that's not what we want to see. We're not going to see rise in love for our country by pulling people over to AOC. Instead, we need to pull them over to our side, and that is seemingly harder with independents right now based on that polling data.
Well, not only that, but you got John Cornyn and Mitch McConnell pulling their shenanigans. It's really hard to say that the Republican Party is the solution to all the pain the Democrats are causing. David, you discuss in your latest op-ed how Democrats are trying to destroy our country and all of America's practices on purpose, as it's all part of what you refer to as a quote, grand plan. I think I'm picking up what you're laying down, man, because I've been observing how Democrat policies undermine our safety and security. Then they turn around and blame our freedoms, the Constitution, for all the misery they're causing. Am I on the right track there?
Well, you certainly are. But you are 100% on track. The left does exactly what they blame us for doing, and they've been doing it that way for literally generations. The numbers that we're looking at, the numbers you guys are just talking about Americans being patriotic, it comes directly from the leadership. It comes directly from Joe Biden's feckless, weak leadership, and it's the apology tour. It is bowing to our enemies. It is weakness. It's abandoning Afghanistan. It's all of the crises that the Biden administration has created. That's what creates this Jimmy Carter style malaise that's in our country today. But let me just share with you today a couple of poll numbers. In 2020, in November of 2020, it was a Democrat. The generic ballot was a Democrat +7 on election day, and the Republicans won 14 House seats. Today, right now, it's a Republican +2, which is a big deal when it comes to winning back the House and the Senate this midterm election. And on a right track, wrong track, the wrong track number for the first time I have ever seen it this high, I think it's a historic number, is 87% of the American people believe America is on the wrong track. That is devastatingly bad.
Wow. Well, yeah, I just wish that John Cornyn and Mitch McConnell would stop trying to, save their Democrat friends by doing truly stupid things. Chrissy, did you see this story about the guy fired for mourning the Roe versus Wade overturning? It's a guy named Michael Lopez, fired for using the case as an excuse not to go to work, right, and still get paid. This guy, in my mind, typifies elected Democrat values, getting paid for doing no work. Am I right?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And the reason why HR ultimately fired this man was because he displayed poor judgment, and he absolutely did. He responded to 275 other employees and mansplained to a bunch of his colleagues about why they should be concerned about Roe versus Wade. And I've seen this trending a lot in millennials and Gen Z. They just somehow have this superiority complex where they should be talking down to their fellow colleagues about why the pertinence and the importance of some ridiculous decision. It's just wild. Just shut up and don't talk about politics and email chains. It should really just be that simple.
David, I've only got about 45 seconds, but doesn't this guy actually just typify the truism that liberals are nothing without we conservatives? They want to keep us enslaved to them so they don't have to work for a living.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would have fired him in about 1 second. Okay, no question about it. No place for that in my place of employment. But I can tell you this. This reminds me of 2016 when Facebook and Twitter and all at Google had to give their employees a week off to mourn when Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton. This is what you're making in America. You're making young men like this. Okay, that's the problem where we are right now today.
Yeah, the Democrat pansy effect, I guess. David Bossie, Chrissy Clark, thank you very much. Appreciate the time, guys.